Hey, what's up? This is the Westerbros podcast. Me and my boy, OG friend of the fam, Antonio, will be reviewing House of the Dragon. Each episode Mondays. Hopefully, we drop it the same day. If not Tuesday, I don't know because it comes on like Sunday at 9. It's like
Yeah, like nine,
I'm
10 or
I'm
something.
not about to be talking after that. I'm going to sleep.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And you got to be
You
up
know
like
what?
3 o'clock.
I gotta
So
be, I gotta be at
yeah,
work by
yeah,
3
yeah,
a.m.,
yeah, yeah.
baby. So,
Not a fan of that. So yeah, we definitely try to get these out on hopefully like Monday evening. And we'll figure that out because works out back up for me as well. But yeah, we're gonna be real. I'm doing a quick preview of House of the Dragon. Of course, we are Game of Thrones fans. There's so many things that we watch that we don't even talk about and or
yeah.
record. But like we was like, no, we're gonna do Game of Thrones because
Yeah.
that's Game of Thrones was such in the zeitgeist that it really transcended. And
Yeah.
full disclosure, I didn't get on Game of Thrones like season 5.
Oh, bad. Okay.
I binge watched like 4 seasons in like one summer, and I just was texting my little brother Craig like, yo, oh my god, can't believe niggas did this. Like, I mean, it was like it was. He was like, "Yep, I told you." Yeah, and then I think 2018, I think I ended up watching season 5 or 6 like in real
Okay.
time. I forgot. Either way, but
Also,
yeah,
Little Craig put you on.
yeah, Craig tried to
Little
put me
Craig.
on for a long time, but I was
Okay.
like being a jerk about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, Game of Thrones, man, was an experience. Didn't end off quite the way that we would
Right.
imagine. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like some people's like consternation was like, oh, it just was so fast. Like I didn't care about
Yeah.
that. It's just some of the story stuff got kind of muddled for me. But
Yeah.
anyway, New Horizons. You know what I'm
New,
saying?
Ooh, New
All right, so
Horizons.
what's where are we? What's going on? And what's the whole point of this?
Okay. So with House of the Dragon, first of all, everybody, this is a prequel. This is basically, if I'm not mistaken, 200 years
Like
before
so like 2 or 300. Yeah, I think it's
three
like
hundred
three.
years, like before Robert's Rebellion, before what we even saw in the Game of Thrones series. This is when the Targaryens were the original Dundanas. They were running things, dragons were plentiful. Everybody, just about anybody who had Targaryen blood in them was a dragon rider for the most part and everything. And this story is basically, you may have heard of the Dance of the Dragons or whatever. This is the Targaryen Civil War. This series is going to be about the Targaryen Civil War. This is going to be about how, I'm saying, all the dragons basically became extinct because the Targaryens were at war with each other and were fighting each other. George R. R. Martin had always wanted to do this. And if you want to get a point of reference even more, the book is called Fire and Blood. Fire and Blood is basically the book that is the Targaryen anthology. If it talks about everything Targaryen in that, and this is only a section in that book as the Dance of the Dragon, which is House of the Dragons. So, long story short, at this point in the history, I'm not gonna give the whole story, but Westeros, it all started with King Jaehaerys Targaryen. King Jaehaerys Targaryen is considered the greatest Targaryen king of all time. He united the Seven Kingdoms because at this point, um, Dorne wasn't really still a part of the Seven Kingdoms. It was still the six, but Dorne, they stopped their little war with Dorne. He basically had peace going on throughout Westeros. Westeros financially was on top. He had everything going on. His nickname was the God, I can't even pronounce it, conciliator or something like that, because he basically got everything going. He had mad kids too. 50,
Conciliator?
yeah, conciliator. Thank you. So he had a bunch of kids. I think he ended up having like 15 kids or
Damn.
whatnot. Um, for other certain reasons, some kids died, early. Some kids basically went rogue, as they say, and stuff like that. So there became the Great Council to figure out who was going to be next in line to be the king. And everyone thought it was going to be one of his grandchildren, his granddaughter. they thought she was going to be the first queen of Westeros. I will give you her name real quickly because I can't
Wasn't it
remember.
Rainer?
Rhaena, I believe. Rhaena Targaryen. That was her. That was the granddaughter. Let me just make sure that I got the name right. Pardon me. Pardon.
Yeah, I mean, because you guys
Yes.
don't remember, like it'd be like a gang of names,
Yes.
and like if
And
it
some of them sound just
just
alike.
like and they even written almost the same. Like, bro, like why do you
Right.
do this?
Yes. So this is right. This is Princess Rhaenys, and she was the one that everyone thought that she was going to become the queen, but at the Great Council, the first Great Council, they decided that it can only pass to a boy, so it went to her cousin, which was who became King Viserys, not the Mad King Viserys, not that I'm saying, not Viserys, which is the Mad King's son, that was Dany's brother, but this is King Varys the first. So he became the king of Westeros. And when Jaehaerys died, everything was at peace. Viserys kind of picked up the kingdom, trying to hold it together. Nothing a whole lot was going on. Him and his wife tried to have kids, and she kept having stillborns, or boys were dying at birth. And it was getting to a point of who was going to be the heir to the throne. And so they had another great council, and he basically picked his daughter, and they referred to her as the delight. Because she was always, he started bringing her to all of the council meetings and she was the realm's delight. Everyone loved her, and she was just a kid, and all of the lords of Westeros came to God, I am slipping right now, to the Red Keep, and to tell him, we pledge fealty to her becoming the queen of, the queen of Westeros. So what ends up happening is he gets remarried, and he marries the young lady who was friends with his daughter. And what happened when he married that daughter, he married her because the hand of the king, Otto Hightower, that was his daughter. And so they wanted to make sure, hold on, he wanted to make sure that the Hightower name became, kind of bigger, so one of his grandchildren become king. So they have a kid, they have a child, and things just go sour. He passes away, and they kind of sneak into putting the son into the crown and everything like that. And then next thing you know, it just became a big old thing. It's a civil war. They had like a big ball at King's Landing, and like the King Viserys' daughter, she wore black. His wife wore greens, so it was known as the Greens versus the Blacks. It's almost like some gang Crip versus Blood type stuff. It was like, whose set are you repping? So you had people picking the sets and everything. So it's fantastic. I think the first season is going to kind of build up to that, and I think that the finale of the first season is going to show the first dragon fight, and that's where things are going to, like I said, I'm not saying a bunch of names and stuff. I want you guys to watch it and get an idea of it and everything, but I'm just letting you know, this thing went over years, and it basically wiped out the entire like dragons. The Targaryen line almost went extinct then and everything. And I mean, you had cousins, brothers, aunts and uncles fighting each other because of this. So it's going to be great. This is going to be great. For people that are nervous about this, my thing is this: don't worry about it. D&D don't have nothing to do with this.
Yo,
D&D don't have nothing to do. They screwed up the bag with, how the show ended. I had mixed feelings. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Other times I was like upset because they basically cut the original Game of Thrones final seasons down because they want to hurry up and try to get Disney to do the Star Wars movies. And then because they did such a piss poor job
cut them boys, yo.
Disney said, nah, we good. Now you got Taika Waititi doing these Star Wars movies and stuff.
And not doing. Even that, but like, yo, like we be forgetting, like they had that, and they had the other. Remember that garbage HBO show is going to do about
Confederate? Yeah. Like if the Confederate won the daggone Civil War, like what? Please get out of here. So don't worry, they're not involved with the show. The George R. R. Martin has a lot to do.
Yeah. I saw that he's on set. He's behind it. He's like,
right,
he's a part of it, and it felt
right,
like towards the end of it, like he really wasn't as much a part of it. Which I
yeah,
mean, to be honest, which is partially his fault because he never finished the daggone book. So
true,
like I'm like, fam, like you gotta take some responsibility in this too. Like you saw
right.
how this thing is going, and they was like, well, we obviously don't have any source material, so we got to mix this stuff up. And when they
Yeah.
did make it up, like, oh man, I don't like that. It's like,
And
come
so
on.
and so the main producer, EP of the show is, just get his name right, Miguel Sapochnik.
Yeah,
And Miguel Sapochnik is
yeah.
and if you don't know, he worked on
Battle
Game
of
of
the
Thrones.
Bastards.
These are the episodes. All of the major episodes, like are the ones he did. The Battle of the Bastards, The Winds of Winter, The Long Night, and The Bales. They were his episodes, and he said he wanted this. Also, Jawadi is coming back.
Yeah, Ramin Djawadi's back.
Ramin Djawadi is composing this. I am so excited. You know, when they showed the cast, I was super excited about that. Also, this too. For all of you people who have a problem with the Valerians, really, I'm going to take this back to like 97. To quote the great group known as the Generation X, suck it. Seriously.
Yo, I can't wait to see that, yo. Like it's because I feel like it should have been a thing anyway, regardless.
Right.
I mean, it's gonna if there's I mean let's just be super simple. If there's white people, there's have to be black people.
Right. Like the only black people we saw in Game of Thrones was Salladhor Sand, the pirate, and then people that were over in Essos, which is a whole nother world. And I hope one day they go into I heard they're doing some shows. They got a bunch of shows coming out with
they had like pilots.
They got 5-6 pilots in the book. So yeah, but I am, if you can't tell, I am super excited about this. It's coming up. We are Sunday, August the 21st. And I am just, listen, the budget that they gave Game of Thrones, like I think they said like they have tripled the budget for this show.
And they was already giving them mad money anyway.
Right. They was giving them mad money and they've like tripled the budget for this show. People that love the dragons, guess what? You're going to get dragons. And when I say you're going to get dragons, you're going to get all of the dragons. And just a little spoiler, one of the original dragons from Aegon's conquest is going to be in this show because they're still alive. It's the last one still alive, Vhagar, because it was Meraxes, Vhagar, and Balerion the Black Dread. And Balerion the Black Dread passed away. Meraxes died, but Vhagar is still alive. And the thing is, dragons don't stop growing. They keep growing as the years. So Vhagar never got to be the size of Balerion the Black Dread, but you will see one of the original 3 dragons that came that helped bring Westeros to Aegon in this series, along with a plethora of other dragons in this thing. And I'm just so hyped for this, man. I just really hyped for it.
Yeah, I am too. To be honest, I wasn't really looking forward to this. And right now we're in a point where it's a lot of stuff dropping. We got this. We have the Lord of the Rings series on Amazon Prime. We have She-Hulk. We have Andor that's coming pretty soon. So there's a lot of stuff out. And I'm being honest, like the first trailer really got me like, oh, okay. And then I saw some of the behind the scenes stuff. I saw, boy Martin was actually behind it too. I'm like, okay, so I feel a little more comfortable about what's going on. But yeah, I am.
Because I remember I was telling you like, yo, I'm so excited for this. And you was like, I don't know. You was like, I don't know, man. Left kind of a bad taste in my mouth with, I said, I know. I said, trust me, man. I said, if they do what I think they're going to do, it's going to be great. And then when that first trailer dropped, I just remember you was like, let's go. I am here. I work with a couple of people who are huge Game of Thrones fans, and they was the same way. And when they saw that trailer for House of Dragon, they was like, they so what is it? Every time I try to get out, they pull me right back in. They pull me back in. So yeah, like I said, I think we are in for a treat for what we're about to see, especially since with the source material is done. It's complete in this. And then the person who wrote the source material is still with us at the present moment, and he's, working on this. I still need George to finish up the last 2 books, so but I'm really interested in this. And then after this is done, I don't even know when they say they're going to start Snow. They're gonna start
like a Jon Snow series,
a Jon Snow series
post the first
right.
Game of Thrones series.
And my theory is, I think they're only doing that because of how the series ended.
True, and not even that, but like you still have all of that cast. You know what I'm saying, still working, and you can easily bring people in, have cameos and stuff, and people like even as the series ended, the people still love Jon Snow as a character, so that character still endears a lot of favor from the from the greater fandom too,
because he got screwed the most out of this.
I mean, they sent that man back to the wall.
they sent them back to the wall, and the wall is not even necessary as of right now. As of what we know, the wall is not even necessary.
Right, it ain't even magical. It ain't even magical no more.
It ain't even magical. As far as we know, there are no more White Walkers. The Wildlings we're cool with the Wildlings. We're just gonna send you back to the wall. What?
To do what?
And then they tell us, it makes the Unsullied happy. They leaving.
They're going back home too.
They going to the Summer Isles to chill out and protect Missandei people because they gentle vote. I would have been like, yeah, we're gonna send them to the wall. And then been like, all right, go up two towns. They should be out to sea by that point, then turn back around. Come on, man.
Yeah, I ain't going back to the wall. It's cold up there.
It's cold up there. You know what I'm saying? And then all the stuff about him was basically for naught. We find out that he's the rightful heir to the throne. No one finds out except for a handful of people. No one ever called him by his real name, Aegon Targaryen. I think the 6th, if I'm not mistaken, or the 5th of his name. No one referred to him by. I mean, it was just pointless. They might as well had him really be Ned Stark's bastard if that was the case.
Yeah, and then make it the story of the bastard, like it was bastard climbing the ranks and really transcending and breaking the will.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He would have created House Snow. Could you imagine that sigil? A black field with a white dire wolf with red eyes, and maybe a dragon. Well, that's my fault because he's not related. Oh, black. You know what I'm saying? That would have been dope. No, but what we get Bran to be the king.
Yeah, Bran.
This is why I came. This is why I came all this way.
Bran was about as dry as bran flakes out this joint, yo.
Right. Right. And then the name they gave him is so Bran the Broken. I said, what? They call this Bran the Broken. And then you got Sansa basically playing him, basically saying that his stuff don't work. What is that? Bran can't have it. So Bran, he can't have any children. Thanks, Sansa. Yeah, dang, man. And then she becomes Queen of the North. Don't get me started on that.
It's much sense is slang over here. But so I'm definitely I'm hyped. I'm definitely back on, and I'm really let's see how this thing pop off, yo.
Let me ask you, what's one thing that, not knowing, I guess you said, you not being really familiar with the whole, Dance of the Dragons and all that stuff going on. I guess what's one thing that you would like to see, possibly?
To be honest, I would like to see more of the early season machinations that of Game of Thrones that made it really like okay, like because early on it was, how can I explain this? It was a very good balance of shock and awe mixed with thinking, mixed with just like like good storytelling.
Yeah.
Now that's what really made like it drew me in. Like remember, so first episode you have what a very much J.J. Abrams mystery box because you got the people spread out. You know what I'm saying, dead in the woods. People were like, what the heck is that? All right. Secondly, you had you had a young boy and his father, and they had someone who stole something. Then they had to chop the man's head off, and he was teaching him a lesson as they killed this dude. I'm like, what? I'm like, what kind of society is this?
Yeah.
So all that kind of brought me in, and then for the season to end, and they kill off Ned Stark. You know what I'm saying? And then have Arya see her dad die. Which led her to her being like straight murderer for the rest of the time. So that type of like, I need that type of setup for,
you know what,
for first season.
Let me tell you what drew me in along with all that, but what also really drew me in was the dialogue. The dialogue between individuals. Like, I think one of the best introductions on that show for me was when we were introduced to Tywin Lannister, and he was talking to Jaime, and he was skinning the deer, and he was explaining to him about about the name lives on. It doesn't matter about me. The name lives on. A lion shouldn't, And I was just like, God, this is such great, dialogue.
That was, and the fact that he was just doing it so casually.
It was just
the deer. Hey, and who was didn't one of the houses have like the deer was there like their sigil?
The Baratheons.
Yeah. So it all played into it. You know what I'm saying?
But also too, think about too the alliteration of it too as well. Like go back to the first episode when Ned, when they beheaded the dude that left the Night's Watch and they was heading back to Winterfell, what did they find? They found the stag that was dead because that was the stag, and the stag had killed a dire wolf, and you had the dire wolf pups. But you think about it, that could have been like Baratheon and the dire wolf. And think about it, even though Joffrey was a bastard, he was an illegitimate bastard and really a Lannister, he still had the stag, sigil, and you had the stag kill the dire wolf, which led to this beef between, them. So I am here for it.
Yeah, and then like as kids, they was playing, you know what I'm saying, and then they like Arya did something to to Joffrey, right?
Yeah.
And as fealty, they killed the direwolf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so it was. Like it's like poetry rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like it was, there was so much of that going on that I wholeheartedly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm really excited about this. So we about to bring the heat for y'all on this.
Yeah, and that's to be super honest too. Like this podcast is about to be so black. So I'm not really sure like we all used to watching do like reviews for stuff, but like this is about to be so unapologetically black, and I can't wait.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black and black and I'm black, y'all.
I can't wait, y'all. That's it for the preview. We catch you guys next. I'm gonna say hopefully Monday, if not Tuesday morning, with this
after the premiere of House of Dragon.
We're gonna be in here talking about this, chopping it up, and just having an overall good time. But I'm Rashad, Tonio, and we will see you guys next time. Oh yeah, also I know for certain I'll be reviewing She-Hulk that starts Wednesday. So
Yes.
I'll be dropping a review
Yeah.
Wednesday morning-ish. I ain't gotta work,
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
dropping that as well. But yeah.
And then we'll probably do an end of the season
Yeah,
thing
we'll do a season
like
review
we
for that
normally
because
do.
we don't
So
have the
yeah.
time to be doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it, man. To the next time.
Indeed.